Hey, 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 what's going on, my kings and my queens, my crowns and my tiaras? This is your girl, Queen D1A Rebels, Diva House Queens TV, and we are back for another one. How are you guys doing for this lovely, beautiful, wonderful Saturday? Anyways, my local grams have something to say about other. Okay, as a content creator, YouTuber, blogger, whatever you want to call it, but in the YouTube world, when you're doing the same thing as New York Times, CNN, and other bigger platforms like that, it's still the same. It's just they're on a bigger platform than a YouTuber, but the job still be reciprocated as the same. Just because they are on YouTube, do not demise or did the discredit someone else's work. So that's what Milagro Grams is fin to address in the beginning of her commentary on the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion case update for day 5, I believe. So she's going to address Tamika Mary, who is affiliated with Meg Thee Stallion, first and foremost, and with Rock Nation. She gonna say some things that she shouldn't have said, being biased in the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case. So it's just heartbreaking and disappointing that you're doing the same job. You sit in the same courtroom as a CNN or NBC or New York Times, the Shade Room, other big platforms, you know. So as her being a content creator, as such as myself, and she's an African American woman, I don't think they have anything to play with it. But being a content creator and you going to the courtroom and you're doing your job and giving the news back to us and stuff like that, people that was not able to go sit in on a Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case. So you taking your notes, you're listening to the same thing that the prosecutors and the lawyers and everybody got to say, and you come back and give us your commentary, and you may have a little spin on it, a little sass, and a little, a little hood on it, but you still giving us commentary. And I guess they don't like it because when Milagro speaks, it gets heard by the people that really need to hear it, and they, in my opinion, are jealous of that. But I don't want to give y'all too much. I don't want to be rambling too long. Let me just let y'all hear what she has to say, and I'm going to come in and out and give y'all my commentary as needed. Again, this is Milagro Graham from my radio. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, we got a limited amount of time. I'm about to be talking fast in a beach. Whew. Oh, shit. What's up? Hey, twin. I'm finna tell y'all some shit. I need to do this. You was waiting on me? I want to say something. Earlier, I got on Twitter and I went off because I saw some different posts with some of the people who work for publications like New York Times and LA Times, bitch, whoever, all these different motherfucking platforms, and people feeling like they are more credible, than people like me. First of all, I don't give a fuck who you work for. Don't be mad at me because you gotta clock in and you go write some shit and nobody reads that shit. That doesn't have anything to do with me. You not getting the attention that you so desire doesn't have a motherfucking thing to do with me. Okay? That doesn't have any, you take your qualm up with your God. Bitch, that don't have nothing to do with me. They sitting up here trying to discredit people like me when we sitting in the courtroom and be sitting in front of they ass. We are all sitting in the same motherfucking room, taking the same notes. Who ain't credible when we sitting up in here? Now, when I'm giving you my opinion, that's my motherfucking opinion. But when it comes to who's reliable, bitch, we are all sitting up here writing down what the fuck is going on. Y'all asses is sitting up taking notes like everybody else. And then y'all could go sit up and compare and see what the hell is going on. So all of this person ain't credible, that person ain't credible, and all that other bullshit is just that bullshit. And I don't give a fuck. It's a whole bunch of sick, just stupid, really envious ass people. That's number one. Number two, NBC had already hit me up to let me know that they were about to run a story where people from Megan's side, take that how you will, people like Tamika Mary, you know, have given them statements talking about I'm spreading misinformation. Now, how many times has good been done? Did Tamika Mary have something to say? Or do you only care when you have a vested interest in something? Tamika Mary, aren't you the same person that showed up one day out of the whole goddamn time? Because I haven't seen you since Megan came in. Kelsey is a black woman, correct? Has anybody ever seen Tamika Mary stand up for Kelsey when she was being cyberbullied by friends of people like Megan Thee Stallion that she came and sat in the room for? Did y'all see that? Or did you blink like I blinked and did we miss it? Have you been present to hear the testimony? Or are you sitting on the sidelines getting fed something? And then y'all want to talk about bias. Doesn't Tamika Mary, doesn't she have affiliations and ties to Rock Nation? So wouldn't you have a vested interest in supporting Megan Thee Stallion? Would that be true? So who the fuck do you think you be talking about when you acting like I'm biased about how I feel about whatever? You sound dumb. You really sound fucking stupid. You're affiliated with Rock Nation. You brought your ass up there with people from Rock Nation, didn't you? Weren't you sitting next to Desiree Perez? And you came in there when Megan came. You have been supportive of her. You feel like she got shot, and that is what you have maintained and gotten on your platforms, and that's what you have stood for, correct or incorrect? So you're talking to me for what? Oh, but you didn't talk to me. You had nothing to say to me. How many times did I walk past you? How many times did you look and shut the hell up? So at the end of the day, girl, I don't give a damn about you sitting up going to NBC or anybody else because you and whoever else feels a way that I'm getting a particular type of attention and you don't like it. See, what has happened is they, whoever the fuck, are upset that they're not the only ones able to sit up and relay information. That is what the issue is. So now that you have other people relaying information and other people listening and feeling a way about it and feeling moved and compelled to form an opinion that does not align with theirs, now they have a problem. Now, well, let's go ahead and talk to NBC about, you know what I'm saying, her spreading misinformation. Let's go pull up some old-ass tweets and talk about it and run an article. Yeah, run your article, mention my name, and help me get my verification check. Thank you. I don't give a fuck about what the fuck Tamika Mary said. Girl, fuck you. Girl, the fuck? Now, anyway, let's get to it. I'm on a limited, clock, bitch. We got a short amount of time. So we about to get into it, and I'm going to tell you some more shit. And if you want to get your news somewhere else, then take your ass up the road and go get it somewhere else. If you want to go to Nancy Dillon or James Quilly or whoever the fuck you want to go to. And the craziest part is, I'm sitting right next to James Quilly as we sitting up in the courtroom, and he leaves the courtroom, and you called yourself trying to shade me, nigga? That's what you called yourself trying to do because you got called out? Is that what happened? Sit there like you was and shut the fuck up some more. And take your little notes and go about your motherfucking business, nigga. What the fuck do these people be talking about? Nothing. Anyway, let's get into some more shit. Day 5 in purgatory. So, we come in at 10:30 a.m. The jury, first of all, they wasn't in there yet. So, the courts were like, look, the jury needs to know and understand Kelsey's immunity deal. Because we just personally do not feel like the jury got a full understanding of what the hell going on and what she agreed to and all this shit so that they can properly assess the situation. And so the judge agreed with Tory people. And he just told them, look, submit the goddamn paperwork. And then there was an issue about, evidence that they had that they just felt like, look, y'all not following protocol. So that's like, what do you want us to do? The judge was like, what you want me to do? So he was like, eventually, because they went back and forth about that for a little while, we just going to have to figure it out. And we going to, you know what I'm saying? And he told them, y'all write something up and give it to me. And, tell me how you feel and da-da-da-da-da. Somebody just said something very important. Bitch, all y'all hoes is biased. If you formed an opinion. Okay? If you have formed an opinion, bitch, you're biased. If your opinion is not, I'm neutral, you're biased. If you have chosen a side, you're biased. If you gonna sit up and say, I feel like this happened, I feel like this person innocent and that person guilty, bitch, you're biased. So why the fuck I'm supposed to care about you feeling like I'm biased? You want everybody to down that nigga. Y'all don't like the fact that a bitch from Houston is supporting that nigga, and I am. And I don't give a fuck. And what the fuck you gonna do about it? Nothing but be mad. Go give another motherfucking statement to another outlet, bitch. That'll make 3. I'll get my check. Moving along. So anyway, they said that they might bring Stogner in. Was they trying to get him for Monday? And so, they said there was a request for prints. And then they was talking about the weapon and the magazine and no DNA. They talked about the medical records. And what was said was, and this was said by Tory people, the medical records are irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, this ain't a case about who shot who. This ain't a case about did she get shot. It was a case about who shot who. And I agree. Like, y'all coming up in here with all this other bullshit and talking about,
Well, if you got, excuse me. Well, if you got here so far, welcome, 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 House of Queens TV. I am House of Queens TV. So, subscribe to the channel if you want to do so. Hit the notification bell button. Hit also every time I upload, you guys will be notified. Also, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let me let YouTube play in y'all face, y'all. Go ahead and thumbs up this video so it can be pushed out so everybody else can enjoy my content. Also, leave a comment in the comment section so I know what you guys thought about this content. Baby, let's go. Let's get it. Shout out to Milagro Grams from Mob Radio. Millie. Yay. Let's go. Let's get it.
Okay, let's look at this and let's look at the medical records. The only thing we need to be talking about is who shot her. You know, that's the core focus. We can get into that, but the actual focus is who shot her. And that was just spending too much motherfucking time on that other bullshit. And so they talked about issues with Stogner's credibility because word on the street is he was boop, 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 hitting people he ain't had no damn business, so he don't have a job. And so they said that there was a lack of DNA in this case. And so they said, listen, put it in writing. I'll go over it. We'll reach some type of conclusion. We have to move on. And so we finally get into the witness. The witness that came in first was an investigator, a senior investigator named Jody Little. And so they said, you know, did you meet... And let me tell you something about Jody Little really, really quickly. She reminded me of Tabitha Brown. Black woman that came in, she had the cutest little walk. And she just had a sunny disposition and was really smiling and had one of them really, like, super cute voices. Like, she just seemed really, really, really sweet. And so she was cute for what it was. And so she came in, and they said, did you meet with Kelsey on the 14th of September in 2022? And she said, yeah. They said, where you had the interview at? And she said, it took place at my job, you know, in the courts on the 9th floor. They said, who was there? So they went over who was there, you know, by Kathy Todd, Kelsey, her husband. They had, you know, some of her representatives on the phone, representation on the phone, rather. And so they said, how long did the interview take? It was like, it was from 11:30 to 12:58. They said, how was Kelsey when you met her? They said, the first time I met her, you know, she was comfy, friendly, cordial, you know, all of that. They said, did she seem threatened? There was an objection. They said, what was her husband's demeanor? They said, professional, supportive, and everything else. So now they cue up the interview. They told the court reporter that she didn't have to take no notes on this shit, okay? They hand out transcripts to the people, you know, in the jury. All right, let's get into what Kelsey said. And you want me to show you my notes for what Kelsey said? They say I'm unreliable. They say I'm unreliable. Bitch, I'm in there writing in that motherfucker like it ain't no tomorrow. They said I'm unreliable? Nah, bitch, I'm getting to the business. I know exactly what the fuck was said. So let's talk about it. Kelsey says, and I'm going to say this as Kelsey is saying it, okay? Kelsey said that she met Megan in college at PV. That is better known as Prairie View, okay? We call it PV down in Houston, because obviously Prairie View, duh. All right.
And another thing that she just pointed out when she had showed up her notebook of her notes that she was taking. Okay, you have Dennis Byron there. You have lawyers for workers there. And she named some other people that was there as well. So my thing is this, you guys, and leave a comment in the comment section if you agree with me. Um, how come just because she said that out her own mouth when, in the beginning before they even went to trial when this thing first came out, she didn't say that she did not believe anything happened to Meg Thee Stallion. She said that she just don't believe her story because she was all over the place, just like with Chelsea. Chelsea said something in her recording to the prosecutors, and then she came out on the witness stand and she lied and she said this, that, and the third. So how come when Milagro Grams come up here and tell us her opinion on what happened from the courtroom that she actually sat in, how come you guys have a problem? If y'all don't like her, just say that. If y'all don't like Millie or Milagro Grams, my radio, whatever y'all want to call her, because y'all three, just say that. She is a black woman up here giving her opinion. She's giving us inside scoop. Like I said, the people that are not able to attend the court hearing or the trial, whatever you want to call it, she's giving us her opinion in her version. So why is it a problem for her to come up here? It's a lot of other content creators giving their opinion as such as Milagro Grams. How come it's a problem when she give her statement? And again, I'm going to repeat it. If you guys don't like her, just say that. Just say it. And then again, if you don't like her, why are y'all constantly making videos on this woman? How come are y'all constantly trying to discredit her statements and what she say? Y'all taunt this woman. She has been through a whole lot, but she's still here. Like majority of us still show up and do a job because that's what she do. She has a job, just like we have a job. And I'm not still period if y'all want to say pussy riding. No, I'm not. She is a I've been watching Milagro Grams my radio for about I'll say about 2 years now. When she was doing the content in her room. She's from Texas. I'm from Louisiana. We right next door to each other. We both country girls. And I like how she talk. I like how she spit her shit. She talk like a hot talk. Sometimes I'm apologetic. Sometimes she apologetic. I'm not trying to compare myself to her. I just like how she do her shit. How she split her shit. And I don't be doing this for a notification or validation from her. That's her choice if she wants to say something. I'm going to come up in here and do my job. Say what I'm going to say. And at the end of the day, I'm going to sleep pretty well. Because again, this is a job. Even though I'm not monetized yet, but it's still a job. I'm doing internship right now. I'm doing internship right now, damn it. Until I get monetized. So, subscribe to the channel, you guys. Subscribe. But again, I appreciate all you guys for just coming and showing up and just viewing my content. I can't stress it enough. Thank you guys so. And we mobbing now.
She said she had known Megan about 6 or 7 years. She said we were friends, and as she grew, in her business with music, I became her assistant. And she said maybe I became her assistant around late 2018, early 2019, till the incident happened. Because after that, she lost her job. They said we were in LA at the time that everything happened to record the WAP video with Cardi B. She said I had to leave and then come back because I had COVID. She said we had relocated to LA after COVID. And since COVID had affected schedules, they were supposed to go overseas, to film some things. But they ended up, staying in the States because they got canceled because of COVID. And so they stayed together, every time there was something to do. If there was a hotel, then okay. If they were going to stay in an Airbnb, then okay. So we jumped to that particular night. She said on that particular night, Kylie invited them over. And what particular night am I talking about? I'm talking about at the WAP video. Kelsey says that they were invited to Kylie's house for a get-together at the WAP video. And so she said, I met Tory in early 2022 with Megan. So they met him at the same time at the Rock Nation brunch, okay? She said everything was okay. You know, we had fun. She said, I would flirt with Tory, and Megan encouraged the relationship. Before Kelsey could get back, they had spent time together and all of that. She said, I got back less than a week before the shit, popped off. That contradicts what Kelsey said when she was on the stand. Kelsey said that she had been back at least 2 weeks before anything happened. But okay. She said Kylie invited us at the WAP video shit, and Megan asked, she wanted me and EJ to come. So she said she got there, and it was about 6 to 7 p.m. She said once we got there, there were 6 people there. She said Megan started making nachos, and the rest of them played beer pong. And they said, can you name, anybody else that was there? And she said Kylie had her 3 besties. She said somebody named Thigh, another guy, and another bitch that she'll know the name. And then she said Corey, which is Chris's boyfriend, Odell Beckham and his friend. So she said, you know what? Matter of fact, it was probably about 9 people. She said we was playing beer pong and we played basketball. She said Megan was in there cooking them damn nachos. So that should have took about 10 goddamn minutes with that damn ground beef in that damn hotel. So she said Megan came out and said, y'all having fun without me? And so they was like, join in. And so they got in the pool. And later in the night, she said things began to go left. She said, I did, need to go lay the fuck out. She said, I passed out. I was unconscious, child. I had to go lay down because I was drunk. She said, I went to bed probably at like 10 or 11. By the time she woke up, Tori was there and everybody else was gone. So it was just Kylie, Megan, EJ, and her and Tori. They said Megan called Tori on FaceTime. Okay? They believe that that's how, she believes that's how he got the invite. She said, when I looked, when I woke up, I was good. They said Kylie and Tori and Megan was in one area. Kelsey said I was in the hot tub. She said EJ was at the cabana. They said Megan was doing this laugh that was so weird and obnoxious that Kelsey felt like something was wrong. So she said Tori had called her, but she was like, bitch, I ignored it because I didn't want to have nothing to do with that shit. And so Tori was kind of going in between Kylie and Megan. She said, EJ said, like, child, we got to go. So Kelsey went to go pack up that shit that was in the room that Kylie provided for them, when they got there to change in and things of that nature. So EJ had already packed the bags, but Megan did not want to leave, okay? So she said, me and EJ loaded the car with our suitcases, and then we went back in to tell Megan, let's go, and Megan did not want to leave. Kelsey said that she sat in Tori's car with Quan in the front, and she was on FaceTime with her sister. And EJ just said, listen, baby, we have to go, okay? And so they said, baby, just tell her that her wig's slipping. So Kelsey went in and said, like, come on, get out the pool because your wig's slipping. And so she got out. And then Megan told EJ, Tori gonna take us home. So she said, Meg and I put our shit in Quan's car. Now, that is something different. Because at no point in time had anybody told us that Megan had put the shit in the car. So now we got bitches that's been packed up back, a whole nother nigga packed up a bag in Kylie house. We don't know what the fuck was in them bags. And then they go put it in EJ car. And then they go put it in fucking Tori car. So we got a whole bunch of people moving a whole bunch of shit, and we don't know what the fuck in them damn bags, bitch. It could have been 11 motherfucking pistols in them bags, bitch. TicToc shit, but y'all know what was in your bag, ho. So, okay. Megan told Quan, don't forget that Quan is the driver. Megan told Quan, go get Tori. When Tori caught wind of it, he came up, but he was like, take them home. And so Kelsey said he wasn't mad when he said to take us home. He just didn't want to leave with us. They said Tori stayed with Kylie while they left the home, okay? Now they leave, okay? Quan and them are in the car. Quan, Kelsey, and Megan are in the car. Okay, as they were leaving, they said Megan was still laughing, like just this weird, obnoxious-ass laugh. EJ left at the same time that they left at that point. And because he was going in a different direction, even though he left at the same time, there was no need for him to follow them. So, you know, he went on about his business. So now EJ gone. Okay. She said Megan is in the car just laughing, like this super fucking obnoxious ass laugh, and she is not understanding like what the fuck is so funny. But Megan was in the front seat. It's early in the morning, like the middle of the night. So she was just like, I don't know what the fuck was so funny. So she in the back seat just doing her thing. Then Megan says, I left my slipper. I need to go back. So they say, Kelsey say, she demanded that Quan take her back to the house. So they said they pulled back up, and Kylie had 6 security guards. So they said Megan had called to check and make sure that it was okay, that she came back in so that she could get, you know, her shit or get her shoe. She said she left her slipper. So they say that her and Quan went in, okay, while Kelsey sat in the car. They said Kylie comes out to the door entryway, and Quan and Megan and Tory, you know, kind of rush out and come back to the car. She say Megan came up to the car and said, bitch, Kylie said we got to get the fuck out of here, okay? And then when Quan got in the car, he said that Tory and Megan had an argument. Now, Kelsey said it wasn't an argument in Kylie's house. She didn't ever give a damn about Tory flirting with her. But now, and she didn't get kicked out by Kylie. Now, bitch, we got Kylie standing on the porch in the motherfucking doorway. I guess she was supposed to be somebody's rich-ass mammy. And kicked them niggers out of her motherfucking house. Because they weren't about to have that over there, okay? Next. So, they said, so we leave and we driving and Megan is still laughing. So, Kelsey said, I said, well, damn, bitch, I'm gonna, you know, juice it up a little bit. But she said, damn, bitch, what's funny? And Tori said, yeah, Megan, tell your friend what's funny. Your best friend, tell your best friend what's funny and tell her how fake your ass is. And then so he gonna make a plan dumb. And so, she told my Kelsey, don't listen to him. So Tori started cussing her ass out. This is all Kelsey's recollection. She started cussing him out, and he started cussing her out. And so Kelsey said, "Now look, I don't know what the fuck going on, but this my friend, and you're not gonna talk to her like that." So she said they got into it, and then he allegedly told her, "I'm from Canada," as to imply that he was a thug. Bitch, you do know that Canadian people are known for being like some of the nicest people, right? There was some, they said they ain't even know ghettos in Canada. So, I don't know. But in no fucking way. Then Kelsey said that Tori said, my nigga, I'll shoot your ass. And reached to the middle console, but he ain't never grabbed nothing, okay? And so he just motioned for it. And then Kelsey said, well, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I got people that's gonna ride for me. And so the arguing continues. And then Megan demands that they pull over. They said Megan jumped out the car, and Tori got out the car right behind her, and they went and sat at the bus stop. Now, Megan played crazy. She never acknowledged that they left the first time to go back home, or that all that shit, you know, was moved the way it was, and that she went back to Kylie's home. Because she claimed that she had left the slipper. She said that was a lie. Ooh. If we can prove that in any way, or if there's video footage, because I'm sure that Kylie has video footage of the bitches coming back to the house and all that shit, that whole lie, bitch, that's proof. But in any motherfucking way, she demanded that he pull over. Now, another contradiction is the fact that Megan said that when she got out the car, she walked over there by the bus stop, but she don't remember, like, nobody coming up and talking to her, you know, and shit like that. Kelsey said Tori got out right behind her and went to talk to her. She said when they got back in the car, everything was calm. And then when he got back in the car, Tori apologized to Kelsey and said, I'm sorry, man, because you a real nigga, my bad. They said Megan ain't like that. And then she starts with her bullshit again, okay? They said that, they said she started that uncontrollable laughing shit. And then they started arguing about, you know, artistry. And she said, you only hot because of the feature with Jack Harlow. But she couldn't really remember nothing else or what he said back or nothing like that. So, allegedly, Tori told Quan, the driver, get these bitches up out my car. This is my motherfucking car. Let these hoes out. So they say Quan pulled over. She said Megan jumps out and, I open my door, you know, not paying attention. She said, I get out, and then I hear gunshots going off. And at about the second or the third shot, I look up, and I see Tori leaning over the door window and Megan's seat, and he's shooting over the top of the door. He must have jumped up there, you know, shooting the gun. And when they say jumped up the, like the front seat.
again, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching and viewing my content. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to do so. If you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, you guys, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, so I can put you to the algorithm and leave a comment in the comment section so I know what you guys thought about this content. Let's go. Let's get it.
He must have jumped up there. And then she said, my body is behind the door, so I'm out of the vehicle. They said Megan was walking away, and then she turned and then saw us. She said, at that point, I can only see her chest, but she looked like a deer in headlights. They said Quan was quiet, and I don't know where Tory pulled the gun from. But after the shot, she said we froze, and then she kind of clicked back in. And some type of way, Megan gets to this driveway, she claims. She said Tory sat in the damn front passenger seat. Kelsey said I ran over to Megan to check on her, and I was in defense mode, so I never looked at any of her injuries, but when I grabbed her, I saw blood. And then I saw Tory come around the back of the vehicle, and I was afraid, and, I was just in defense mode and, didn't know what to do. So she said, you know what? I stepped up and got in between Megan and Tory, and then we fought, okay? She said, and she said that that's when her and Tory got in the fight. She said Quan got Kelsey and picked her up like a damn rag doll and said, Kelsey, they do this all the time. Spoiler alert, Quan has no motherfucking gunshot residue on him. None was found. So you mean to tell me that with the way that gunshot residue transfers, and by the fact that you, Kelsey, had gunshot residue on your hands, you went over there to check on Megan, who was never tested for gunshot residue conveniently, and Quan came over there and lifted your ass up off the ground like a rag doll, and Quan had absolutely no gunshot residue on him. Is that what we're going with? Is that logical to you? Would be my question. If a nigga pick you up like a rag doll, what you gonna do with your hands? You gonna try to hold on to that nigga, right? So that nigga should have gunshot residue on him, huh? Yeah, all right. So any fucking way, he had none. So she said, Quan got Kelsey and said, child, they do this all the time. And so she said that I don't know if Tory slapped me, punched me, I don't know what the fuck he did. She said, but Tory was in the driveway with Megan. She said, Quan said, child, they do this all the time. And then Kelsey said, huh? She shot, she needs help. And she said, I jumped into the vehicle and I made it jerk to get them to notice. She said, I ain't drive the car or do nothing or nothing like that. But that, I jerked the car to make them notice. I don't know if she meant she used her body weight or what, but I don't know. She said Tory, at that point, looked up and then came over there. She said that he pulled her by her hair, and then that's when she got afraid for her life, because she said he was pulling her neck in such a way that he wasn't choking her, but the shit hurt. And then she said Quan came to try to pull her away from him, but it was like a tug of war because he was pulling on her. And then she said, I simply said, Tory, what are we doing? And all of a sudden, Tory just let her go. That's all it took. He just let her go.
Okay, you guys, I'm finna go ahead and log on off of here. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Thank you so much for this viewing my content. It's a thing called life. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But you put your faith in God, He will see you through, baby. He will. Trust in Him. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. I love you. God love you. And I hope you love yourself even more. Keep it in mind, it'll get greater later. Yeah, baby.